Alright, so I have finally completed week 7. Week 7 felt like it was one that would never end. It was a bit of a tougher week, even harder for me than week 6 with the low energy. As you can probably tell if you watched the week 6 video, I was a little bit tired. For week 7, my biggest struggle with being on night shift again was I had a complete loss of appetite. Like I did not want to eat. Once like midnight, 1 o'clock came around, I had like no urge to eat. Even the thought of eating was kind of like sickening to me. I just didn't want to. So with that, I compensated with a lot more water. I made sure I packed some good teas that I like and just had those from midnight on. It made it a bit difficult to even have an alkalizer, which is our green smoothies. So I was trying to have at least 2 or 3 of those before midnight or 1, or just try and get one down after. It was really weird. I don't know how to explain it. The other huge struggle I had was I just had a complete lack of energy on my 4th night, like completely. Like normally I have an energy slum, and I think it's the same for quite a few people. It's around like 2-3 p.m. No, I had like 11 p.m. zero energy. And that night I think I had overslept as well, so I was kind of already tired going into the night, and then I just got extremely tired, and it got to the point where it was almost unsafe for me to be working, so I had to break down and have caffeine, and let me tell you, that was not worth it. So I had the shakes, I was like really irritated because I had so much energy now, and just like, it was not good. I learned my lesson, but at that point, I needed to make sure that I was going to be alert enough to work and to continue on, so I had to break down and have it, but I will continue to avoid it at all costs because I do not like how caffeine makes me feel. With the appetite, on a side note, I did get my appetite back. I think it was just more the working at night and just, I don't know how many people are used to eating at 2 or 3 a.m. I definitely am not, and it's not in my normal routine. So yeah, my appetite came back once I was back into days and, you know, sleeping at night like most people do. My last struggle from week 7 was because I wasn't eating as much as I had meal prepped for. I had a ton of extra food, and a lot of it went bad. A lot of it I gave to my roommates, which is a bonus when you live with other people. But yeah, so that was a hard thing. I had definitely over meal prepped, and then I wasn't hungry. So those two didn't really go together at all. So in week 8 this week, my goal is to try and make sure I have like my exact meals and my snacks, so I'm not over making anything and that I'll actually eat it all, because it's a lot of time to meal prep, and you know, if you can save time, you might as well. So another thing I wanted to talk about this week were some of the changes that I've been noticing. I haven't been noticing any like huge major breakthrough changes. Definitely have a bit more energy now coming into week 8 than I did in week 7, and I'm hoping that continues to increase. One of the weirdest changes for me, and something that I had to like really consciously think about, is normally I have like my pain roller for my back because my back gets really sore, especially when you're sitting all day or you're doing heavy lifting. So I normally will put that on every morning and every night, and I have actually caught myself not putting it on for 2 days and not having as severe pain. So definitely my pain or my inflammation or whatever has gone down significantly, to the point where I don't feel like I need to use my pain roller every single night anymore, and that's really cool. So that was something that I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is something. Another like little tiny thing, of course, is my clothes are getting a bit looser, and that I'm okay with too. So I'm hoping that also increases in the next few weeks. So the one other thing that I almost forgot to include in my things that I've noticed in my changes is I definitely am craving greens and enjoying all my meals. So a lot of people ask me, and I've had a lot of friends be like, well, are you calorie counting? Like, are you restricting what you eat? Doesn't it get tiring eating veggies? Like all these different things, and no, it doesn't. The spices make veggies taste different, so you know that's why we have spice cabinets, and it's a bonus. And I've actually stocked mine, so it makes it really nice, and I can change up all the different flavors. The meats, I've always loved meat, so I've just been like marinating them in different sauces in different ways, and then they all taste different. So no, it doesn't get boring, and no, there is no restrictions on how much you can eat, especially if it's really good for you. So if I want more greens, I eat more greens, and that's how it goes. If I'm hungry, I have a snack. It's not like if I'm hungry, oh, I can't eat right now. So that is a huge thing, and it's one of those things that a lot of people have a fear of. No, if you're putting the right foods into your body, you're not going to really be hungry. And for me, it's still making sure I have enough water so I don't have a thirst hunger. And that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But yeah, so I'm actually starting to enjoy what I'm eating, and I start to crave the different meals that I've been making, and that's something kind of new instead of craving sugar or cake or something. So definitely will include that in a change. So the last thing that I wanted to share that is super easy, quick and easy, was one of my favorite recipes that I enjoyed from last week. And since I've been trying new ones and trying different things, I thought I'd share at least one because why not? It's super easy. So what I've been doing for breakfast, because I don't know, I hear a lot of people just skip breakfast, and for me that is like my favorite meal of the day, so I rarely skip breakfast. So for breakfast, what I've been doing on my work days is I've been making egg muffins, and they're super easy. All you do is like you make scrambled eggs, you whisk up like 5 to 6 eggs, and you have like a muffin tin, and you make sure you grease the muffin tin. I use almond oil to make sure that the egg muffins come out. And then when you whisk all of your eggs in a bowl, you can add like spinach and tomatoes if you want them to be like Mediterranean style or something different. Sometimes you could add chives and kale, or you can add a whole bunch of different things to make them taste different every week. And then all you do is you split it up between the 6 tins on your muffin tray, and you bake it in the oven at 350 for 10 to 15 minutes, and there's your breakfast for 3 to 4 days. Can it get any easier than that? So that makes life extremely easy for me, and I can just take a muffin and I can eat it on the go if I want to, or I can sit down and eat it. And then I also, every morning, I have my green smoothie or alka-geyser for breakfast. So that I thought I'd share because it's really easy, and I will link the recipe down below if I can find it. If not, I'll try and write it out for you. So that is all that I had to really share for week 7. I wanted to be a little bit short and sweet because it gets tiring to make all of these videos. So that is all for week 7. It was a hard week. Like, it was definitely a very hard week for me. I'm glad I'm through it, and I'm excited to go into week 8 and to keep continuing on. We're nearing the end in my mind, and it seems like it's gonna come really fast, and that's exciting, but it's also a bit nerve-wracking. So yeah, here is to going into week 8, and hopefully it's better than week 7.